Hey folks, my name is James and I'd like to welcome you to my channel, Beginner Guitar Tips and Tricks, and this latest video. It's, I think, the 13th one in the channel, so whether you think 13 is lucky or unlucky, I don't know, but we're going to keep it real simple in this one. As you know, if you've been following the channel, you understand that I'm not teaching people how to play guitar. I'm trying to work with beginners, people who are just starting out, who are going through their theory courses and learning the basics of guitar, and they're getting frustrated. There's so much more to learn, and they feel it's a daunting task, and it's hard for them to really pick up on it and be able to become an actual guitar player. Well, I created this channel to try and provide tips and tricks for you, the beginner guitar player who's getting frustrated, so I can show you some things that can help make it a little easier for you and help you along your journey. By tips, it'll be something I'll show you that you can do that sounds cool. And by tips, it'll be things that can help you along the way, including this video. There's some exercise ones, but this one, we're going to focus on guitar picks. Not sure if you can get a really good look. I'm blue on blue here. But so here, blue on red and white. There. Now there's a variety of different picks here. I'm picking up. I got stacks of them. Just sort of accumulate them over years, and some you use, some you don't, but you never seem to get rid of them. But it's such a simple thing. A little piece of plastic in a teardrop shape. And a lot of us take them for granted. We grab a pick, whatever pick, and think, okay, this is what I'm going to play with. Now, as you advance through your learning, you'll discover that there are significant differences to the picks out there on the market, primarily in thickness, but there's also some difference in shape and general size, but the thickness is the key one. Some are so thick that they don't bend at all. In fact, one of my favorite guitar players of all time is Brian May of Queen. Phenomenal guitar player, never plays with a pick, but he does pick strings. What he uses is an actual metal coin. So imagine taking, say, a nickel, dime, quarter out of your pocket and using that to play guitar. Well, that's what he does, but he's in England, so he doesn't use quarters and nickels, dimes. He uses, I think it's a sixpence, a common currency in England. And he's made a career of being one of the greatest guitar heroes in rock music history without using this little piece of plastic. He uses steel. So rigid, no bend at all to it. Now for you, you're going to journey throughout your learning experiences and discover different thicknesses, different picks, and some that will feel more comfortable for you. A lot of people like to get a very thick, rigid pick as they advance playing because they feel it's more accurate, more responsive to what they're doing. For example, take this pick here. It's about 1 millimeter thick. And you can tell a lot of the pick thickness because it'll actually be printed on it somewhere. This purple one I'm holding here is 0.73, and that's in millimeters. So this pick may be considered thin to some. I've been using this size for decades, and I just got used to it. But for some people, they prefer a thicker pick, one that doesn't have as much flex to it as you would see with this one. Let me see if I get a good spot for you to sit there. So you see it's got flex, but I'm getting resistance. Now, by comparison, this one here is much stiffer. So it's not going to bend as much, especially if you're strumming. A lot of times you might strum a chord, and as you hit a string, this pulls back because obviously it's somewhat flimsy, and it may not snap back in time to properly hit the next string in the chord, especially if you're strumming fast. But for me, I've always found that this thickness works for me, but that's just me. Many people can't play with this. They find it's too thin, too flexible. Many people might even find this one too flexible at 1 millimeter thick. Sorry about that. Some find even thicker and thicker. Some want no rigidity at all. They'll have 2 millimeter thick picks that don't flex almost at all. And on the flip side, you'll get something like this. I just sort of went through my stack of picks and looked for a couple of examples to do in this video, and this one jumped out at me. I've never used this. It is so thin, it is 0.46 millimeters thick. It is so flimsy. It's almost like playing guitar using pudding. See, there's no resistance at all. And though I like a little resistance, this one I'm afraid just doesn't cut it for me. See how it feels anyway. It doesn't seem to respond. I don't like the feel of how it hits a string, but it doesn't snap back fast enough to be effective on the next string it's going to hit, especially if you're picking fast. Or again, like I mentioned, if you're strumming, and especially if you're strumming fast, a pick this thin won't snap back fast enough. And you can see it doesn't even snap back perfectly straight right away. It may not snap back fast enough to give you a hard enough and strong enough hit on the next string of that chord. And when you're strumming fast, you may not notice it just to the ear, but if you go with a thicker pick, it'll be a little more full, just simply because the pick will snap back faster before hitting the next string in the strum. That's the one I use, like I say, 0.73 millimeter thick, and just always have. I don't know why. I can go with a thicker 1 millimeter and stuff, similar results. But that's all entirely up to you. And as a beginner, if you're just starting out, you've got your first little no-name guitar like demo here, you will not necessarily know what is better for you. So I recommend a medium thick pick. For instance, the one, like I say, that I use most often here, 0.73 millimeters thick. It has flexibility, but it snaps back quick, and it can be forgiving. I do not recommend going with something that's as flimsy as pudding or water, because it can give you false feedback when you're playing. Because guitar is a lot about feel, and if this is too flimsy, it's not going to feel or react like it should. Like you want it to feel like you're a part of the music that you're playing. So I have that. Like I say, it was in my box of picks, of which there are hundreds, maybe thousands. You just accumulate them over the years. I have some here that are from guitar stores that I've had some work done, or I bought a guitar. Parts suppliers here. I order a part to upgrade one of these behind me, and they'll send the part and they'll throw a couple of picks in the pack, and I just throw them in the pick box. But some of them are actually not bad. I got this one here. It's a little less than 1 millimeter thick. I think it's 0.8 or 0.85, but it feels good. It feels responsive, and I kind of like it. It's not as thick as this one that I said is 1 millimeter. And playing with that, it really feels like it's actually my hand. This is an extension of my hand with no flex at all, hardly. And it feels more instant. But, like I said, this is mine. I used this or previous ones like this, the same thickness. And again, it's not because I change my picks, I want more responsiveness or less. It's just for decades I've been using 0.73 millimeter thick. And I just always have. And it works well for me. It does what I want it to do. I can strum my chords fine. I can get a little grittier here. Responds fine. Going a little faster. Does what I want there as well. So, it's done everything I want it to do in this thickness. I'm sure I can play with the thicker one too, and I have, and I don't notice a massive difference from 0.73 millimeter to a millimeter, but there is definitely some flex difference. For me, the responsiveness seems to work well either way, but it's just, that's what I've been using most of my life, so I just stick with it. But again, like I say, for you, that is your own personal preference, and it likely may change throughout your life. I've had thicker, I've had thinner. I've sort of stuck with what I know and like, and it became comfortable with over all these years. But I also want to show you some techniques with using the pick. Make sure this one here has shows well against the background. Something you don't want to do is take your pick and just have it perfectly straight towards the strings and then just go straight down. I find that to be too rigid. I like to have a slight angle on my pick. So I'll have it straight up from the body, but then, let's see if you can see, I'll turn it slightly. So maybe a 45-degree angle. So when I come down, my pick is hitting each string on an angle. I don't know the science behind it. I just find it works better for me. Also, I typically don't hold it perfectly straight up and down against the body, which I might call, I guess, perpendicular. I angle the pick forward a little bit as well, or forward in the direction that I'm going. So if I'm strumming, I'll angle it downward. And then if I'm strumming upward, I'll angle it back up. So, and then I'll turn it this way and come back up. So I angle it slightly in the direction that I am strumming. Forward if I'm strumming a downstroke. So, and then flick it back this way for an upstroke. And again, like I said too, I also don't have it perfectly straight and square to the string. I angle it slightly. Just because, for me, like I said, I find a quicker, snappier response with that. And it flexes a little less. And you're also going to want to look at how you hold the pick. Because if you watch what I was just doing with the pick, I didn't hold the pick right. And this was kind of on purpose. Especially if any intermediate players or more advanced players are watching, they might catch that. And that was on purpose. I was doing this. Pick is here. I'll use the white one. Just easier to see. So the pick is here. I was just grabbing it like this and like this. And a lot of people will do that, especially in the beginning. I still do it now in the odd time myself, and I just grab a pick and go. It's not the greatest position to hold your pick. You don't have the strongest grip on it. It can fly out of your hands. I don't feel it to be as responsive. And there are tricks down the road that you're going to learn, like pinch harmonics, where you don't want to have this much pick exposed to the string. So normally what I'd like to do is take my index finger, and it's really hard to say what angle, but sort of more across the pick than down it, leaving a small space available for striking the string. And if I go the other side, there is my thumb, which is basically going not up and down with the pick, but straight across. So again, I guess that'd be perpendicular. And once you learn pinch harmonics, you'll find that this technique is good because you can slide your thumb further down, really easy, revealing just a tip of the pick. And that's how you do a pinch harmonic. But you're not there yet, so we won't get into that right now. But ideally, this is probably your most secure way to hold a pick. You've got good finger coverage with so much of your forefinger covering pick surface, and the very large pad of your thumb, again, covering a lot of the pick. So you don't have to hold it hard. Don't hold it strong. Don't hold it like you can't drop it or you'll die. Just have a good firm but relaxed feel on it. And then just practice, like I said. Angle the pick slightly when you hit the string and slope it in the direction that you're strumming. Now, that's probably about it that I have on picks. I hope things made sense. It seems like I say, like such a trivial, minor thing, but it can make a difference, and it can help you on your journey as a beginner guitar player to have a pick that feels comfortable with you, is forgiving, and has some flex to it, and it allows you to make the sounds that you want your guitar to make. Again, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Again, did it just here on demo, the No Name guitar, and on my little Fender Bullet practice amp. Just a cheap coil cable. because I don't want to be doing videos on anything that is more higher level, higher tier. I want to be using stuff that's at the level of your beginner equipment, maybe even below. So you can't use the excuse that, oh, I can't play well because my guitar is garbage. No, no. This guitar has no name. And it's the one I'm using now for all of these videos because it does the job. And it's more than adequate for a beginner to learn on. And little things like this video where I sort of show you different picks, different thicknesses. It's a perfect guitar to do that with. Would I go play in concert with this? No, it doesn't do what these ones do. But these ones also cost a lot more money and have been customized to fit what I like. This one, it's bought off of, like I said, Marketplace, $60, no questions asked. It's exactly what I wanted, a true no-name guitar. Kind of things you might buy off of Temu. It's a guitar-shaped object. But again, like I say, more than adequate to show those of you who are beginner guitar players that I'm doing these videos on equipment that is on par with what you have and working fine with it. So when you're out there, grab yourself some different picks. A lot of music stores will let you practice on instruments that they have on the wall, let you test them out. And a lot of times they'll provide you with a pick. So try different picks. See what feels more comfortable to you. Try the different angles that I told you. Different slope, different angle against the string, and see what you find to be more responsive for you. Just because it's good for me, just because there's a lot of videos out there of other guitar players saying that it's what they do, doesn't mean it's what's best for you. Do what you are comfortable with. Hey, if you are comfortable just doing it like this, I don't recommend it. It'll work, but it's not the most effective, but it is the most natural feel. And like I said, there are times I'll grab and I'll just pick up and I'll strum a chord or something just by holding the pick like that without even really flipping it into my normal type position. You can see. So that's about it for picks. Now, as you advance through guitar, or if you're more into like an acoustic guitar, much like what I have back here, you might find that you're starting to learn finger picking, where you don't actually use a pick at all. Your fingers do all the work, your fingers and your thumb. That's awesome, that's fantastic, but mostly beginners tend to start the basics with a pick, basic notes and chords. So try to find a pick that you feel most comfortable with, that can help you with your lessons and make your lessons go a little more rewarding and enjoyable. So basically that's it for this video. Like I said, quick, brief, covering a very simple thing that most of us guitar players actually do use and often take for granted. So if you like this video or the other ones in the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It really goes a long way for us creators to keep making more for you. If you enjoyed the content of this video, I welcome you to like the video and even share it with someone else you might feel could benefit from it. And if you have any comments or questions, I welcome those to hit the comment section. Love to hear what you have to say. Love to take any of your questions if there are any and do what I can to help you out. So on that note, happy playing and I'll see you in the next video.